Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again to this episode. We're looking at the Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 5. It was the Dallas Cowboys versus the Baltimore Colts. And it was it was quite a spectacle. The game ended with the Baltimore Colts winning 16-13. But both teams were just completely inept. I think they combined for 11 total turnovers. And I think 4 or 5 of those came in the fourth quarter alone. The Super Bowl was played in the Orange Bowl again, which I think it had taken a 1-year break. Super Bowl 4 was played in California, I think. So it was back to the Orange Bowl for Super Bowl 5. It was also the first, I don't know if it was the first game or just the first Super Bowl that was played on artificial turf. So, little side note to that stadium. But the game was just a back and forth of mistakes and penalties. Nobody could really move the ball. Baltimore's biggest play of the day was a 75-yard touchdown to their tight end. I know he's famous. I can't remember his name. Oh, John Mackey. I should have known that. So that was Johnny Unitas, who was 37 years old, and he did not have a good game. I think he was like 3 out of 8 for 88 yards and 1 touchdown, and that, 75 yards and a touchdown came on 1 play. I think he also threw 2 interceptions, and he fumbled once. So not a stellar day from one of the better quarterbacks of that time period. So Dallas really had all the opportunities in the world to win that game by a lot, and they literally fumbled it away a couple of times. But the standout here was Chuck Howley, a linebacker for the Cowboys. This is the 1971 Topps, and it was one of the first cards that I got for my collection. In fact, it might have been the first card. I did an eBay search, and this card popped up, and it's in-person signed. It does have a certificate of authenticity with it, so I'm assuming that that's real. I'm counting on it. But Chuck Howley really was a deciding factor in that game, and really his play should have led to the Cowboys winning. He was the one who caused the Unitas fumble, and he also intercepted, I believe it was Unitas both at times. Pretty sure it was him both times. So he was the first defensive player or the first non-quarterback, is how they worded it, player to win the Super Bowl MVP. And kind of on a side note, he refused to accept the award after the game because they lost and because of the poor play. Also, it was I believe it was Bubba Smith, who was a defensive end for the Colts, wouldn't wear his ring even though they won because it was so bad. They've got nicknames for it. I think one of them was like the Blooper Bowl or the Blunder Bowl, just due to the amount of penalties and turnovers, missed opportunities. There was, I think when Baltimore scored their touchdown, I think it was Baltimore and not the Cowboys, scored their touchdown, and then the PAT was blocked. So that's just kind of the day it was. So otherwise, I guess the only person maybe who you could have argued could have gotten an MVP instead of Chuck Howley would have been one of the kickers, just because, like for Baltimore, he came in clutch. He kicked a field goal with, I think it was 5 seconds left to win the game, save it from overtime. And that would have been his 3rd or 4th field goal. My math's not adding up. But he was very dependable. But Howley definitely made enough plays that the Cowboys should have won. So it's got the cool stats and stories on the back. He was drafted in '58 by the Bears and played 3 years there, and then continued on with Dallas after that. And the story says that he was a 5-sport letterman at West Virginia. He played football, ran track, swimming, gymnastics, and wrestling. This was also the first game where I started to see at least the size start to appear more of like the modern players. I think it was one of the Dallas players. Defensive lineman was like closer to like 285 or so. So a little bit more comparable. So as I go on, I'll see maybe more of the teams having that type of size, or if that was just kind of a fluke. So I think that's all I got for you. I liked the bold signature on the card, and because it was one of the really early ones, it's kind of one of my favorites. I'm not sure that I'll ever get it graded with all the stuff going on with PSA at the moment, and I just don't really care for Beckett's authentication services just because, I guess. But who knows? We'll see. For now, it's fine in the one touch. But the corners are beat up. It's not a very well kept card when I got it. I think it was just in a top loader when I got it, and then I moved it to the one touch. So that's good enough, and if I ever have the money to spend on getting it into a fancier container, maybe I'll do that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you for the next one. I'm thinking maybe at the beginning of next week, but I have a lot of stuff coming up, and the draft's about to happen, and so we'll see if I get time to watch Super Bowl 6 or not. All right, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time.